All right, today we are diving into a project with a vision that is, frankly, massive. It's called YOM, and they're trying to completely flip the script on cloud gaming by building a network that's powered by us, the users. So is this really the future, or is it all just hype? Let's get into it. So YOM is not playing around. This quote you see here is straight from them, the ultimate decentralized cloud gaming network. They even go so far as to say goodbye, Steam. Farewell, PlayStation. I mean, wow, that is a bold, bold claim. So that leaves us with two really important questions. How on earth does this thing actually work? And maybe even more critical, can you actually trust it? That's what we're here to figure out. But before we get into YOM's solution, we really have to talk about the problem they're trying to solve. And look, if you're a gamer, this is going to sound super familiar. It's the high cost of just being able to play. It's a pretty simple and kind of painful equation, right? You want to play the newest, prettiest, most demanding games. You need some serious hardware. We're talking about high-end gaming PCs that can run you thousands, or the latest Xbox or PlayStation. It's this huge hardware barrier that just locks a lot of people out of top-tier gaming. So this all leads to the big what if. The one question that YOM is built around. What if you could play literally any game on any device you already have without forking over a ton of cash for a console or a beast of a PC? That's the dream of cloud gaming, and YOM has a really unique way of trying to make it happen. And that right there brings us to YOM's solution. It's decentralized, and it's a whole new way of thinking about how we stream games. Okay, so at its core, YOM is what's known as a Depin. That stands for Decentralized Physical Infrastructure Network. Now I know, that sounds super technical and complicated, but the idea behind it is actually pretty simple. It's just a network built from physical stuff, in this case, computer power, that's shared by everyone who uses it. You know, the easiest way to wrap your head around it is with this analogy. Just think of it as the Airbnb for gaming power. It's that simple. Instead of people renting out a spare bedroom, they're renting out the idle power of their graphics cards to other people on the network who need it to play games. It's all peer-to-peer. All right, so the concept is cool, but how does it all fit together in the real world? Let's take a look at the entire ecosystem to see how it all connects. So the YOM network is really just a meeting place for three key groups. You've got the game studios, the network operators, and of course, the players. And each one of them is absolutely essential for making the whole thing go round. It's like this perfect self-powering circle. Let's walk through it. First, you've got the studios who make the games. For them, they can get their games in front of millions of players with basically one click. Then you have the operators. These are the people with beefy gaming rigs who share their GPU power when they're not using it, and they earn passive income for doing it. And finally, you've got us, the players. We get to stream and play these incredible-looking Unreal Engine 5 games on pretty much any device we want, because all the hard work is being done on the operators' computers. I mean, on paper, this sounds amazing, right? Everybody wins. But, and this is a huge but in the world of decentralized networks, a great idea is one thing. The real question is it secure? To answer that, we can't just take their word for it. We need to see some proof, some independent validation. And that's where a third-party security audit comes in, this one from a company called Hashlock. And YOM did the right thing. They went ahead and submitted their smart contracts, which is like the core DNA of the network, for a full-blown security audit. And as you can see right here from the report, the final grade from Hashlock was secure. And if we dig right into the conclusion of that report, the auditors said, and I'm quoting here, after Hashlock's analysis, the YOM project seems to have a sound and well-tested codebase. That is a really strong stamp of approval from an outside expert. But here's the thing that's actually even more encouraging. A secure rating doesn't mean the code was perfect from day one. Hashlock did find some medium and low severity issues. But the most important part is that status column. Every single issue was resolved. This shows the process actually works. They found weaknesses, and the YOM team fixed them. That's what you want to see. Okay, so the tech checks out. It's been audited. It seems solid. But is there a real company behind this vision? For that, we got to do what you always do. Follow the money. A quick look at their PitchBook profile tells a really clear story. The company was founded back in 2020. Today, they've got a team of 10 employees. And most importantly, they've brought on 8 institutional investors. Let's just hang on that number for a second. 8. That means 8 different venture capital firms and accelerators have looked at this project, they've done their homework, and they've decided to put their own money on the line to back it. And these aren't just random investors either. We're talking about firms like Outlier Ventures, Alphabet, and Borderless Capital. These are serious, well-known players who do a ton of research before they write a check. So, when you put the security audit next to this kind of venture backing, the picture gets pretty clear. YOM isn't just some cool idea floating around on the internet. It's a real, funded, staffed company that is actively trying to build this thing. Which brings us right back to where we started. We've seen how the whole ecosystem is supposed to work, we've seen the security checks, and we've seen the business backing. It all leads to one final, gigantic question. Could a decentralized network, powered by gamers for gamers, actually take on the giants of the industry? YOM is betting everything that it can. And you know what? It's going to be fascinating to watch.